Spurgeon here with RevZilla, and today we're going to take a look at the Spidi Dogma H2Out Jacket available at RevZilla.com. So on my left-hand side, Juice is sporting the new Dogma H2Out. What you're getting with this, 3-season cold weather functionality. Think fall, winter, spring. Waterproof is going to be baked right into this with an H2Out laminated shell, and then you will have a 100-gram thermal liner that you can remove. However, it's not going to be a destination liner the way we've seen with some of the other pieces from Spidi. Now, Juice on my left-hand side stands at 5'10", weighs in at 195 pounds, and measures his chest at 42 inches. We have him in a size large. This is going to correlate with Spidi's size chart. He's going to be right at the top of the food chain for a large, and you can see it fits him nicely. You definitely would want to size down if you find yourself in between two sizes. Now, sizes will range from a medium up to a 4XL, and there are two different colors available, an anthracite version as well as the black version that Juice is wearing on my left-hand side. If you are not familiar with Spidi, this is going to be a brand that is a premium European offering that we've really seen give a good push into the American market over the past 12 to 18 months or so, I'd say. And this is going to be a piece that comes in around the $450 price point. It's going to be more along the lines of what we're seeing from their lifestyle pieces. Think commuting, think city use, maybe some light touring with this. You are getting CE rated armor in the elbows and the shoulders, but it's going to be their Warrior Light armor, which means it's extremely comfortable for day-to-day use and it doesn't feel overly bulky. Now, if you want to take it something along the lines of maybe like the Worker H2Out Jacket, which is going to be more of a lateral move with this, but just a different style, or you could also consider bumping up to something like the M-Combat. The M-Combat is going to give you a longer cut, a hood, definitely a little bit more urban inspired than what we're seeing with the Dogma. But let's go ahead and we'll break down the materials that we're seeing used in this and how those are going to protect you out there on your motorcycle. So starting with the actual construction of this, it's going to be a Teflon coated Flex 10X. Now, Teflon coating helps just kind of, keep dirt and grime from really soaking into this. And then you're also going to have a 2-layer laminated shell, and that's going to be the H2Out laminated liner. H2Out is a proprietary material from Spidi, as is the Flex 10X. And because they're using the Flex 10X with this, the whole jacket just has a little bit of stretch to it, so it adds to the overall comfort. So if you are more of a full tuck on a cafe racer, or maybe you're sitting back a little bit more on a cruiser, there's a lot of different functionality in here, and because they're using that Flex 10X, it also adds to the comfort as well as your protection element. So with the collar, very tall collar, and while it looks like it might be a little bit uncomfortable with that leather band on the outside, the actual inside of the collar, as we'll see in a moment, is going to be lined with corduroy, so very comfortable feel, but it is an aggressively tall collar. So if you're in more of a full tuck position, just keep that in mind. This would be pushing up pretty hard into the bottom of your chin. Working our way down, like I said, it's going to have the Warrior Light armor, and the biggest difference we're seeing here is that with Spidi's Warrior Light armor, it is still CE rated, but it's going to be extremely thin and extremely comfortable. You don't feel like you're wearing any big bulky armor at all. Just hold that right hand up for me for a second. So there will be one asymmetrical pocket done on the right sleeve, water-resistant pocket with a YKK water-resistant zip. This is going to be perfect for those of you out there that need a place to store your Easy Pass. You can be riding on the road, you reach over with your left hand, pull the Easy Pass out, use the Easy Pass, put it back in, zip it up, easy peasy, you're ready to go. Two dual snaps at the cuff. And then one thing you'll notice with this is that it's not going to have any kind of a zip opening, but there will be a knitted thermal liner, or there will be a knitted cuff on the thermal liner. So just lower your hand a little bit for me there. So we just pull this back. You can see there is going to be a knitted cuff to this, extremely comfortable, and it just helps to finish out that thermal liner. Snap that back up for you. Go ahead and put the hand down. Clean lines across the front, You do have the Spidi logo over the left-hand pocket. And then you will have dual pockets across the chest. I first thought these are vents. They're not vents, so there's no venting on this jacket. And that's where we're really getting into that 3-season cold. This isn't something you're going to want to wear into the warmer months of the year because there's no direct ventilation to help keep you cool. And then dual hand warmer pockets on either side. Juice, face sideways, hand in the rider position like you're cruising down the freeway. So one of the things you'll note here, clean lines down the side, little pop of the leather working its way across the back into the shoulders. And then you will have a dual snap adjuster at the waist so you can fine-tune fitment if you want. And there is going to be a shock cord at the bottom, and there's my adjuster right there. So there'll be a shock cord adjustment at the bottom that you can use to fine-tune this, make sure it sits nice and snug along your the bottom half, and make sure there's no air pushing up from your britches. Juice, you may face backwards for me. Working our way down, pop or reflectivity at the collar. Again, distressed leather working its way across the back just to offset the very clean lines with this. And there will be a drop seat covering where the pants end and the jacket begins. Just keep in mind, no back protector is standard, but it will fit the Warrior back protector. So we always recommend the first thing you do when you get a jacket is make sure you have a back protector in there. In the event of a crash, your arms are covered, your elbows are covered. Make sure that you have your back covered as well. Juice, let's face forward. Let's unsnap, unzip. So you have multiple snaps. There is going to be a rain gutter working its way behind the actual fold over on this to make sure you're not going to have any air or water pushing through that YKK Vislon zipper. As we open this up, there is going to be a zip liner to this, and I'm just going to step over here, Juice. We're just going to open this up quickly, and you're going to notice, go ahead and pop that off. So very puffy collar to this. So it's an extremely puffy collar sitting against the thermal liner with this, and you're going to see that corduroy liner on the inside of the jacket as well, with a single pocket on the inside of the liner. So the actual jacket, if you're not using the liner, will have an additional pocket inside that mesh liner, and that is going to be a very comfortable mesh offering. So if you're not using the actual thermal, that mesh will be comfortable against your skin, even if you're just using this with a t-shirt the way that Juice is doing right now. My friend, you may zip up for me. So for those of you out there that are looking at Spidi's line, you want something that's a little bit more urban inspired, think commuting, think some light touring or back and forth to the office, this is going to be one that you can consider. Now, there's a lot of riders out there that are already utilizing Spidi gear on their rides, and if you want to hear more about what they have to say about the Dogma, click the info button on your desktop or mobile device, which will allow you to read other rider reviews from Spidi riders that are already out there putting this jacket through its paces. If you have more questions for one of our gear geeks as to which jacket is going to be right for you, give them a shout, 877-792-9455, or simply type out an email, cs@RevZilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this look at this Spidi Dogma H2Out Jacket. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.